Hello and welcome to LexGo Eat, the Herald Leaders podcast about eating and drinking in the Bluegrass. I'm Janet Patton and I cover food and bourbon and craft beer.
I'm Cheryl Truman. I cover business and features.
And I'm Sally Shear, and I'm the Lifestyles and Business Editor.
And we are here again at Keeneland, where they have just started the fall meet, and it's so pretty. We are talking to Hospitality Director Brian O'Shields about the new stuff they have in their dining rooms and concession stands, and their preparations for Breeders' Cup, which is coming up at the end of the month and going to be a very big deal.
How is it possible it's coming up at the end of the month?
I know.
Time flies.
If you come out for the fall meet, you can get a feel for what it's going to be like, because they've got a lot of the seating up. You can see the loge seating, you can see some of the chalets that are going up, and you can book tables in there too. Mm-hmm. You were out here for last weekend, right?
Yes, on Friday of last week, and I'm telling you, this is one well-tuned operation, because there were, despite the weather being pretty lousy, it was the opening day, and there were lots of people, and the food was flowing, and the drinks were flowing, and the hospitality was wonderful, and it's a wonderful place to come and have lunch with friends.
It is. It's a nice...
Sally was, however, indoors.
Yes, yes, in a dining room,
yes,
not out in the rain and the cold, which made a big difference.
I was out by the paddock reporting on a story, and I have to say, I was cold and miserable, but I got to tell you, packed. The place was packed.
Plus, we're all hoping now that the cold and miserable weather is going to move its way out, so that at the end of October, it's just spectacular out here like it is today, which is gorgeous.
No one seems to notice the weather, so I mean that is one good thing about opening day.
Yeah. Hello, I'm here with Brian O'Shields, who's the Hospitality Director at Keeneland. You guys have just started your fall meet. How's it going?
Very good, Janet. We just started it last Friday. But like anything, you know, when you open a new place or you reopen for the season, there's always little things, touches here and there. But we've been very excited about the outcome.
Yeah. Have you got some new things going on this meet that are special?
We've changed a considerable amount of stuff. We've done new furniture. We've put in new linen.
Wow.
We've bought new kitchen equipment for our kitchens so that they can produce food quicker and more consistent. We've gone and put in new tabletop from China Glassware Silver. Mm-hmm. We've added new bourbons here on the third floor clubhouse for our bourbon bar, expanded that list. We've added a new wine list. We have actually a new master wine list for all of our different restaurants, so that if someone wants to select something that's not on our normal list, we even have one level above that. And we've put all new menus together so that everybody, when they go through and look at that menu, they can find something that they like. Brand new desserts. Lots of good fresh vegetables, not so much convenient type stuff, more like your mom or your grandmother would cook, you know, things that you can have that are really good and fresh. And we've added a couple of smokers so that we're producing all rotisserie chicken and all smoked product that people would look for, like brisket or rotisserie, you know, smoked chicken, things of that nature that people haven't had a chance to have here at this particular facility before.
Is that primarily up here in the dining rooms? And we're in the clubhouse dining room right now. Is that kind of thing primarily in the dining rooms?
It's in the dining rooms. It's also, though, we have a barbecue operation that's down on our ground floor.
Oh, great. Where
so
is
it's there
that?
as well. It is in the main grandstand at the very front, facing the show rings, and it's on the first level. So it's a great little barbecue operation. But we're going to be expanding throughout all the dining rooms now have, you know, a lot of the new things that we're introducing. But it's a whole fresh look all the way around on our food program.
That's great. Now, I know you guys are really gearing up big time for the Breeders' Cup, which is coming at the end of the month.
Yes.
And you guys will be doing some of the food for that. Is there anything in particular, anything special you're going to do for Breeders' Cup?
We're doing a lot to do with our sales organization, you know, with Keeneland Association and Keeneland Hospitality being together.
Yeah.
We're supporting the sales side with a chalet that we'll have at the north end of our grandstand.
Oh, great.
And so we're gonna have a whole lot of stuff, from seafood to Wagyu beef, a lot of new things to present to those specific VIPs that are coming in. Our sale will begin we end the 31st, and on the 2nd we start right back into another sale for our November sale. And so a lot of those people are going to be sticking around for that after the Breeders' Cup event.
And so a lot of that's for the people who will be looking at horses.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, that sounds fantastic. I think that'll be very popular. Thanks so much for letting us come by and take a look today.
It's our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Speaking of new food, I have a profile in Wednesday's food page of Mark Richardson, who is the new chef at Dudley's and Dudley's on Short. He's already started introducing new things to the menu there. He made us some scallops and a roasted beet dish, and he made some gnocchi for me that were really heavenly. But eating there too, right?
It was a busy weekend for me last weekend. Yes, I went to a friend's birthday party at Dudley's. We sat upstairs in a dining room, which I had never done before, which was really nice. They have two little dining rooms up there that are lovely. I had the scallops, delicious. Again, you know, it's a beautiful place, and the hospitality, the service is
Can't be
extraordinary, and it was wonderful.
Did you have the beets too, or
No, I didn't.
Are our beets having a moment?
They are having
They
a
are.
moment.
Yes, they're very popular. Yes, they are. I did not have them, but they, yeah.
They look beautiful. They look
A
beautiful.
woman on our party had the wilted Brussels sprouts salad that I got a little taste of, which was really yummy.
Yeah. Speaking of Breeders' Cup, there is a special food event coming up that ordinary people can get
Ordinary
into.
people, just like us.
Ordinary people.
Yes, as
Right,
part of
Sal?
the Breeders' Cup Festival, they're having a guest chef's dinner out at Spindletop.
Oh, fun.
And it features 3 guest chefs, Matt Lambert, who is the executive chef and co-owner of the Muskrat Room in New York, and then I love to say this name, Aaron Sanchez. I know him from the Food Network, that's the only way I know him. Chef and partner of Johnny Sanchez. He has locations in Baltimore and in New Orleans, and then Janine Booth, who is Root and Bone in New York. The menu is online. The tickets, 2 seatings, 7 and 7:30. Tickets are $125 per person. And it sounds like it would be a wonderful evening.
Yeah, I think it would be. I think these are chefs that are coming in for the Bobby Flay thing that is not open to the public. He's doing a special event out at WinStar that's for the Breeders' Cup people. And that's going to have a ton of chefs. And I think they said, hey, we're going to have all these great chefs here. Can we get them to cook something
Can we get them to
for
do something else?
people?
Yeah.
And
I meant to say this is October 30th.
yeah.
So Breeders' Cup
Right there.
weekend, October 30th, out at Spindletop.
Well, turning in a little bit of another different direction, there was a really interesting story in the paper Monday about fried apple pies.
That's right. Our colleague Tom Eblin did an article about Mary Lou Rankin of Millersburg, a small town in Bourbon County. In 1975, to help her husband's volunteer fire department, she started selling her fried apple pies. And she has a special recipe for them. People have tried to get her to sell it.
I think we don't have that. I'm
Yeah.
sorry to say.
I don't think we have that, but they are teensy. I think Sharon Thompson once wrote an article about them. Says they have about a tablespoon of apple pie filling that she makes in her kitchen, and she takes them out, sells them for various festivals and events, and does quite well with it. And at 85, not only is she still doing this wonderful apple pie business, she also, in her spare time, canes chairs.
Right, in her
so-
spare time.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, she says the key to...
I feel like a slug. How about you?
Yeah, to having a healthy maturity is to keep your mind active.
There you go.
I got to say, the only flaw in this story, and I have chastised Tom Eblin about this, is he did not bring us pies.
Right, there is that.
We would have loved to have tasted these
Yes.
for
I thought
you.
of that too.
I'm guessing he did. Is that correct?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
all
said
right.
if you write about food, you must bring some in. It's a rule.
Caring is sharing, Tom.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
And speaking of sweets, have you ever had the little macarons from the Lexington Farmers Market?
Sure.
The lady that makes them, Sylvie Heron, is opening a store, and she's going to call it La Petite Délicat, and it's going to be on Ashland Avenue, where Adelaide was, and it's kind of across from the Sage Rabbit a little bit. It'll be opening in late November. She's going to have a grand opening around the 1st of December, and she'll sell lots of macarons in different flavors and madeleines and tea and coffee and maybe some other cookies and ice cream sandwiches made with Crank and Boom ice cream, of course.
Rank-a-boom.
Yep.
Fantastic.
And I heard from a couple of people who said they were having trouble finding the Kentucky Proud food items in Commonwealth Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Well, courtesy of Jen Smith, I have gotten the exact locations by sections, and it's in the LexGo column in Wednesday's paper and online. We'll
Because
have
you don't
it
want to
later
miss
today.
those. They're really the burger and the
look delicious.
sausage and the popcorn and the lots of Kentucky Proud.
And the popcorn is everywhere. All of the concession stands have the popcorn. Some of the things like the Bev's Brittle, Those are going to be only upstairs and in the loge boxes and things like that. But you should be able to get the burger and the brats, and we'll tell you where to find those for the Auburn game. Which
Yeah,
is
next Thursday.
coming up.
How could you not know?
And
huge.
we have extended the deadline to put your name in the hat for that Cajun dinner that you told us about, Cheryl,
Yes.
at Maker's
John
Mark.
Besh, right?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So go to
And it's
the.
$45 a ticket, so you really want to get it on.
That's a
this.
deal.
right.
That's a deal.
We're going to draw a name Wednesday. So go ahead, and if you haven't yet, go onto the LexGo Facebook page. Like the item, share it, leave us a comment, and we'll consider you entered, and we'll let you know if you win.
Yep.
And
Should
then
be a
you'll
good
get
evening.
to, go eat. So let's go eat.
Let's go.